Okay, now we're gonna jump into the, I guess, or yeah, now we're gonna jump into the reading or whatnot, right? Or I guess like, what's it called? Yeah, now we're gonna jump into the text or whatnot, right? So yeah, well, what caused the World War? Let's talk about the economics or whatnot of it. So the First International or whatnot dealt with a free market. It dealt with a competitive capitalism, right? It dealt with a liberal capitalism or whatnot, right? The competitive stage of capitalism was kind of defined by basically like you'd have like what's it called? Companies compete with other companies or whatnot in the market or whatnot. You had basically the anarchy of production or whatnot, right? It's just kind of your idea of like, you just had your simple like supply, demand, or whatnot kind of thing or whatnot, right? Done by like individual, or done by your like individual, what's it called? Yeah, individual like, what are they called? Individual capitalists, etc., right? What happens in the Second International is you see capitalism progress or whatnot from a competitive liberal free market stage to a monopolistic state, like oligarchical stage or whatnot, right? So in the monopoly stage of capitalism or whatnot, right? What you have is instead of having all these like small little markets or whatnot, right? You have a few large corporations dominate the market or whatnot, right? And this concentration of production leads to monopolies or whatnot, which leads to the rise of finance capital or whatnot, right? Or specifically, what imperialism is for Lenin or whatnot is the marriage of high finance, big industry, and the national government or whatnot, right? So, what happens or whatnot during this time period or whatnot is you have banks go from being this intermediary role or whatnot, right? Between savers and borrowers or whatnot, and they get elevated or whatnot, right, to basically have more control over industry and financial capital or whatnot, right? And I guess to specify, so it's like so yeah, for Lenin understands that with the growth of these like with a few large corporations dominating the field, you start to have both the concentration of production, obviously, right? There's only a few industries controlling production, but you also have the concentration of capital or whatnot, right? And capital is controlled by the banks or whatnot. So you see how the banks, their role gets elevated or whatnot, right? Where it's like, at first or whatnot, they're just an intermediary between a borrower and seller, to now, okay, insofar as capital has been concentrated or whatnot, now they actually have a much more stronger role or whatnot in society or whatnot, right? Because now they actually have control over industry and finance or whatnot, right? Let's talk about this. They have control over this financial capital. What is financial capital or whatnot? So for Lenin, financial capital is basically a merger between industrial and banking capital or whatnot, right? I'm trying to think of how to explain it. Well, actually, unfortunately, I'll be a little transparent here or whatnot. I always butcher or whatnot explaining industrial and banking capital or whatnot. So to prevent myself from butchering it, I'll move on from that. But I guess the thing to note is that what financial capital is it's emergence of banking capital or whatnot, or this intermediary form of capital, and then industrial capital or whatnot, right? That comes with what's called production or whatnot, right? So this new form of financial capital or whatnot, right, leads to this new form of financial capital or whatnot. This new form of financial capital is essentially basically the market and the state becoming one or whatnot, right? Or in some sense the economy and the state or whatnot becoming one thing or whatnot, rather than in some sense the state as just kind of this instead of this thing as the state stands outside of the market or whatnot, right? It's actually the market and the state become one thing or whatnot, right? Or they actually merge together or whatnot into kind of this financial oligarchy where the state is very explicitly controlled by the market, and the state very explicitly has a hand in the economy or whatnot, right? Because the classical liberal perception of the market is that the state has a hands-off approach on the market or whatnot. There's an anarchy of production, there's an anarchy of consumption or whatnot. It's like the state doesn't have control over it or whatnot. But here, with monopoly capitalism, is actually you have the state in the market or whatnot, and the market in the state or whatnot. The market influences the state, and the state influences, or the state has its hand in the market or whatnot, right? So you have this emergence of financial oligarchy or whatnot, right? And what financial oligarchy leads to or whatnot is I guess how we usually I guess this understanding of imperialism of I guess understanding of colonialism, not this understanding of colonialism, it leads to colonialism, where basically what you see is you have the concentration of capital lead to an overproduction and surplus of capital. Oh no, what do you do with an overproduction and surplus of capital, right? If you have an overproduction or whatnot, then you have too many goods to sell or whatnot, right? If you have a surplus of capital or whatnot, then it's like, well, then it's like, the prices fall or whatnot, or like capital becomes much more meaningless or whatnot. So what do you do with a surplus of capital or whatnot? What happens or whatnot is you have these imperial or like these advanced capitalist countries or these colonizing countries or whatnot, basically, they export, the surplus or whatnot. They export the surplus of production. They export the surplus of capital or whatnot, right, to these developing countries or whatnot, or to these less developed countries or whatnot, right, to these like emerging capitalist countries or like more feudal countries or whatnot, right. And in doing so or whatnot, right, the capitalists are able to make a higher profit or whatnot because like now they actually have a market to sell or whatnot, right. Now they actually they can actually preserve the value of capital or whatnot, right, rather than it being affected or whatnot by the market or whatnot, right. Now that they've expanded the market or whatnot, right. So they've expanded the market or whatnot, right. And in this way, whatnot, powerful countries are able to control and exploit weaker ones or whatnot, right. What this means is that businesses relocate to other countries or whatnot in order to find resources and exploit the workers there to employ or whatnot, right? As a result or whatnot, right? So let's see. So workers in like these, in these developing countries start to become hyper exploited or whatnot, where it's like, they're just like kind of like their outside markets or their foreign markets or whatnot, right? Businesses are going to them or whatnot, basically extrapolating resources from them or whatnot, finding workers to pay or whatnot at much lower prices or whatnot, because these countries may or may not have had their own bourgeois revolutions yet or whatnot, so it's easier to exploit them or whatnot because there's a weaker workers movement there and everything like that. So you have hyper exploitation or whatnot of these third world countries. But what's interesting is in these industrial countries or whatnot, right? What you see is you see workers in advanced capitalist countries kept in check or whatnot by fear of unemployment, because it's like, okay, your job could just be because if you're a worker in a first world country, it's like, okay, your job could just be outsourced to someone in a third world country. Those in the first world, so workers in the first world are kept in check or whatnot, right, by fear of unemployment or whatnot, right. So that's one effect. But also the second effect is they're also made to be content and complacent or whatnot, because now with these higher profits or whatnot, these capitalists are able to basically just bribe the working class or whatnot with social welfare or whatnot, right? So you have welfare programs to come up with these actions. So basically like in order to stave off any sort of discontents with imperialism or whatnot, right? You have the capitalist class or whatnot introduce social welfare programs or whatnot made through the acts of imperialism or whatnot, right? Right. And I guess noting like a contradiction here or whatnot, right? Noting. So I'll end. Well, actually, so I'll end that there, and then I'll get into the political or whatnot, right?